Hey everyone, this is David from Toledo Antique, and I'm here at my antique store. We are back from Cape Cod, and I just wanted to tell a little story in our own words. So this is how it happened from our perspective. So we have an antique dealer who we sell items for. Her husband got sick a while back, so she hired us to continue to sell items from her antique store. And so we took some of her inventory, and it's on consignment for us. So we sell her items on consignment. So she pretty much gave us a box with a bunch of bird things in it. And so the box was marked birds, and this was in space that I use for warehousing. So we were having a glass animal sale on my YouTube channel, and we went and found this box that was marked birds. So we found the box, and we thought these were just a bunch of glass animals, like Fenton animals, things like that. However, evidently there was some higher end items than we thought in this box. So in this one box that was marked birds, we found two very high-end items. One of the items is currently in Manhattan. It's been sold, and it was a vase. So a teal-colored vase. It had on the bottom, it was marked Smilau. There's pictures of it on my Instagram. It had some kind of tropical-looking bird with a fancy hairdo, but evidently it's very high-end, mid-century appearing porcelain from Poland. And there's some pretty big time collectors out there. The collector who ended up buying it is from Manhattan, you know, living in one of those rich areas. So anyways, that vase, we started that vase. One of my employees put that on eBay at auction for $14.99. And I thought my employee found the item on eBay for that price. So I was like, wow, that's a pretty nice looking vase for $14.99. I even remember thinking to myself, maybe I should sell that through Instagram or YouTube. But rather than doing that, I said, you know what? I like to run things through eBay. So I ran that one through eBay. I started at $49.99. That one got bid up to $623. Once again, there's photos of it on my Instagram, and it's a Smilau porcelain vase. However, a little bit more dramatic is this item right here. So this item was also in the bird box, and this item, we didn't know what it was. You know, it's a fancy looking glass bird, but my wife offered this item in a live sale on my YouTube channel for $40, thinking that it was just a glass bird. And I was watching the sale at the time. I couldn't be there because I had other obligations, but I was watching the sale, and I remember she said it had a broken leg. So I was joking around in the live chat, and I said, well, looks like it has a cast on its leg. So luckily for us, no one bought the item. And then even at the end of the live sale during the recap, my wife offered it again for $40, and no one bought it at that time. But in the chat, someone commented and said, oh, that's a very high-end piece of Murano, or I think they said it was a very rare piece of Murano. So later on, that same person, thankfully, and thank you, you know who you are, they sent us a photograph of a bird similar to this at a high-end auction with a starting bid or estimated value of like $6,500 to $8,500. So that cued us off that this was kind of high-end. Now it does have the broken leg, so I didn't think I was going to get $6,500 for it. So I said, you know what? Let's start it for $999.99, see what happens. Because if somebody bids that, I'm happy. If it gets bid up, I'm even happier. So anyways, this item did get bid up at auction up to $3,300. I think there was something like 15 bids. It started at $999.99, but this is kind of like a be on the lookout item, as Courtney likes to say, or just keep an eye out for this type of item. If you see it in your area for $40, pick it up. It's the type I've been selling antiques for over a decade, and it's an item that I had never seen before. And I was unable to recognize it. Now, a lot of my experience comes from that 10 years of selling antiques. So I've sold so many collectibles, antiques, electronics, things like that, that I know pretty well, you know, how much I can get for things, or I can recognize a lot of things. I can walk into an estate sale and find things that I can triple my money off of. Or even antique stores, other antique stores. I can walk in an antique store and say, you know what, I'm gonna buy that for $350 because I'm gonna get $1,000 for it. Like, that's what happened with the Native American tomahawk that I had. Well, anyways, so that's kind of where my experience comes from, is just selling a lot of items. And so that's kind of, I'm not like a certified appraiser, but I think I'm pretty good at determining the value of things. However, this one, even I missed. So it's something that's worth taking a closer look at. So this is the bird right here. I want to zoom in a little. And you can see it's like an aqua or green colored glass. The eye on the bird, sorry about that, the eye on the bird appears to be Millefiori, and you can see within the bird there appears to be a little bit of moisture. So I don't know if that's coming from the glass or if that's when Alessandro Pianon was creating this bird. It looks like it was blown glass to some degree to me, and some moisture might have gotten in the glass. Down here it has these blue ovals, and those are pretty nice. It does seem like the outside of the glass is clear, so I think it's like aqua inside and clear on the outside, so perhaps a form of cased glass. And then the glass has these points where the legs are inserted. So you can see there's metal legs. One of the legs has been broken and replaced. The other one is bent, probably because something smashed it. Thankfully, only the legs look like it got smashed, because I do think the most valuable portion of this item is the glass. And let me show you a view from the top here. So definitely an interesting bird. Hey, can we turn this on so we can rotate it? Just make sure it doesn't fall. Okay. So I have a photography turntable so that I can show items off a little bit better, but you could see the other eye here. So this is what a $3,300 piece of art glass looks like. I'm pretty confident that that's a pretty good market value on this item because it does have that defect in the leg, and we know what it's worth without any defects. So pretty nice bird. I think the line that was produced by Murano was called Pulcini, P-U-L-C-I-N-I, and there were some other birds that were produced which are more globular in their body shape. This one's a long, tall one, cylindrical. I mean, if I was going to interpret this piece of art glass, I would probably say that it looks like a rooster or a chicken. So I think that that's my take on it, but I guess you guys can come to your own conclusions and make your own conclusions. But we just wanted to feature a nice video of this item before we ship it out. Here's where the metal pieces insert. Just wanted to show you guys what this looks like, so that if you see it at estate sales, you'll be better prepared than me at determining the value of this item. So take a good look at it, and you also might want to look up those ones that are a little bit more globular in shape, because they are quite valuable. I think that those ones are a little bit more valuable than this one. Now, we'll see how this sale goes. It's not over yet. It's not over until we get it to the buyer, but it does look like this is going to a prominent art gallery in the United States. So pretty cool item. And then let me show you the height on this if I can. Looks like it's about 12 inches in total height. So we'll have to get a decent sized box. I'm probably gonna double box this one just to make sure it makes it to the buyer in good condition and doesn't get kicked around or dropped, because that would be a tragedy. It is pretty thick glass. Let me show you what it kind of looks like in your hand. You can see pretty thick glass, so I don't think it's going to break in the shipping, but we will insure it. We have had a couple difficulties in getting things reimbursed with some of the shippers lately. So you have to be really careful about that. The insurance is not what it once was. So that's a pretty cool piece of glass. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel because we're going to show you a lot more items as we sell them. We also run estate sales, so we give tours of our estate sales on our YouTube channel, and we do live sales on Wednesday night. So make sure you subscribe, like this video, and give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this $3,300 piece of glassware. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.